Hey guys, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you a 6-player free-for-all for Rome Total War on the British Grasslands map. And right off the bat, I am in the worst position on this map. I'm playing as Armenia. My opponents are the Julli under the command of Michi. Biscuit's joining me for the last game. He's Seleucids again. Over here was the host. This was Project Spartan. He's Macedon, and for some reason these two allied. It was supposed to be a free-for-all, but they're somehow allied, so I'm not sure how that happens. That was Carthage under Jodel, I think. No, J-Pod 1341 and K-Loop, who is the Greek cities. So out of this entire map, to start where I am is bad because you have the player on the hill right next to you and they'll be shooting you, and unfortunately he happened to have Archer Auxilia, which is long range, so I've already taken a few hits that I don't want to be taking, and I could have potentially been rushed by a player who, fortunately the Macedonian deployed way out here, but if he deployed out here he could have rushed me and I would have been stuck on the edge of this hill and getting pop shots in my flank by the Julli player, so this could have been nasty. In my opinion, this is the worst place because it's the lowest place, or one of the lowest places to start. I think it is the lowest place to start on the map, so that's why I hate starting there. But fortunately I got lucky and I was able to pull out of it. I do take a few hits. I tried to stall with my guys here, and as you can see there's a few dead cav there, and that's not good, and one of them's a cataphract by the looks of it, and that's not good. Don't want to be losing them because I'll need them. But anyway, my army consists of 4 units of gold heavy spearmen. I have 4 units of gold cataphracts. I have 2 units of gold horse archers. I have 2 units of, I believe it was gold attack, Arab light cavalry. 4 units of gold archers, and I believe it was 2 units of I think just 1 upgrade Eastern infantry. They just add support to the cavalry fight, or just to be a stalling force. Don't expect a great deal out of them, but they can stall for a while, it's not too bad. So my opponent over here is Project Spartan. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 units of gold royal pikemen, some looks to be silver regular archers, and a few Cretians. I can't quite tell how many he's got there. Looks like he's got 2, and they've already got me in range, so it's a bit of a pain. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of gold companion cavalry. So that's his force. He's a wee bit disorganised at the moment though, but I'm sure he'll get himself together. So I have these guys in range, and I'll start my missile duel against them, and I'm going to start skirmishing against, I'm not sure I was shooting it here actually, I was shooting at his horses, his cavalry rather. So he's going to try and rush forward here, and I just want to use my chance here. I have to make sure my cataphracts don't take too many nasty hits, because I'll need them, being the most important part of an Armenian army. So I open up on his cavalry. I want to do as much damage to his cavalry as possible because I want to make sure I pretty much decisively beat his companions, because I need to very quickly save my infantry. Again, Armenian heavy spearmen, they're capable of doing a nice stalling effect, but they'll lose to most any other infantry in the game, more or less. They're nothing spectacular, put it that way. Now if he goes to send all his cavalry this way, I will use these guys for hammering ambush and picking off his archers. I basically just want to use the light cav to keep him distracted, because I know if he will have to use these guys to assist his companions against his cataphracts. And as you can see, he has lost numbers to those archers. So here he rushes at me here, and my micro is a wee bit sluggish here, and I don't quite get my pikes down in time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 of my companions to stall, and use these 2 other light cav to help stall, and I'm going to use the other 2 cataphracts to very quickly free me up here. And I'm going to use these Eastern infantry to support, so I'm going to come straight in, and I'll rout one of these guys. He's going to send some of his guys in here, but I'll be able to turn them around, and I've also got this unit of Eastern infantry to help. And over here I repeat with my light cav, although less effectively because they're light cav. But I do manage to rout that raw pikeman there, and I'm destroying these companions over here. So I basically saw the opportunity to destroy his infantry because he left them unguarded, and I managed to use my other cataphracts to destroy his other companions. So now I'm just going to basically just hammer away its flanks here. And my guys are doing a reasonably okay job, although they are outperformed by those raw pikemen, obviously. But over here I do route another one, and I'm going to finish this last group off. He's going to try and turn his pikes onto me, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't quite get it in time, and I route that raw pikeman. So that's more or less my opponent's guys left, although a couple of units are going to pull away, as you can see, but more or less that was him defeated. And if he hadn't pulled away, I could have easily mopped him up. But we all decided that eventually we had to team up to take down this group over here that have teamed up. So I didn't really catch this fight, but as you can see, it's gone Biscuit's way. He has destroyed the Roman player, who looked to be, by the looks of these bodies, the legionary cohorts. So not Urbans there, but he probably had Praetorian cavalry. I can't really tell. But that one goes to Biscuits. His army consists of just sort of the same as he had last time, perhaps with some militia cavalry tossed in. Basically, more or less that. I didn't really get to catch that, so I'm sorry about that, Biscuits. I'm sure you'll be watching. Anyway, one of the players that missed defeat, I think that's the Julli opponent. Now these guys have formed a sort of a semicircular formation, and their armies consist of the Greek player. Now he's fairly new. No upgrades, typical trait of a new player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of heavy peltists. Not heavy peltists, sorry, hoplites got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heavy peltists anyway. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Greek cavalry. So no upgrades here at all. This army's got no upgrades, and it's not using the best units Greece has at its disposal, so he's not going to be particularly difficult to defeat, I don't think. But although having said that, some of the upgrades might be obscured because of the distance. Now the other guy, I know he doesn't show he's got upgrades, but I remember him having some. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sacred bands, a couple of long shield cav, couple of slingers. I think he's got some other stuff too, but I'm not too sure. So at this point I believe I was getting roared at post Project Spartan because he wanted us to team up to take down the team, and he was basically roaring at me and Biscuits for doing that. So we just forgot to take him in off sort of fire at will, and it was before he even suggested the idea that we do that, that it was happening anyway. So that's basically this fight done. And this is squad resolution, by the way. I think it's squad resolution anyway. But so far I'm pleased with the way this has gone, because I've still got a very large portion of my army alive, which is good. Over here, some of these Carthaginian units, those look like there's some Numidian guys of Numidian Jav Cav are fighting some of these companion Cav. And I've got some of my horse archers out there, so I might just aim at triple speeding here, guys, just to get it going quicker. As you can see, Biscuits, like me, survived quite a lot of his forces. He actually probably come off better than me because he's got more cavalry left, which is good for him. And his infantry is definitely better than my infantry. But both are well, actually no, these hoplites won't be difficult to defeat, not for Biscuits as silver shields, but these sacred bands will be difficult to defeat for either of our infantry, so we have to play that carefully. But anyway, Biscuit just coming this way, I'm not sure why. If you want to skip ahead, guys, feel free to go and do so, because as you can see the time is just only over a third really of the way through, and so it will take a wee bit more, but there is a bit more to come here. And I was just letting my guys rest up a bit, and I'm starting to move them now. And I'm going to use these woods as cover here, and I'll be using my archers to try and get flank shots and whatever else, but I'll be aiming for the sacred bands when I do so, because although that Greek army is quite big, no upgrades and pretty low quality units, so there's less threat from them than there would be from these sacred bands of the Carthaginian player. As you can see, some of the regrouped Macedonian units, who pulled them out from our fight pretty well, so they will play a useful role, but I will be looking to try and catch them later if I can, because it is squad resolution. So I'm not sure what these two are actually doing. I think they might even done it deliberately, which is kind of annoying. It's supposed to be free for all, and they went for team. So anyway, Biscuits is coming down from this side, and the Macedonian player is going to be over there fighting. But his guys are much more upgraded than his Greek cav, and as you can see, this Greek player just sends his guys in, as did this Carthaginian player. And both of them have got no upgrades and much weaker cavalry, and he's going to just go straight into pikes. So I'm assuming both of them are pretty new as well, by the fact that they didn't really get the idea of free-for-all and they teamed up, or they probably didn't even change. They probably just, maybe when they joined they ended up getting the same team numbers and didn't change them, I don't know. But by the way, the armies they've got, some of these sacred band do have like an upgraded too, so I will have to be careful with those, because they are still a lot better than my heavy infantry, which is probably weakened and tired after the fight with Macedon. But anyway, I will aim to skirmish with them when I can, just to thin the ranks a bit. But Biscuits shouldn't have too much trouble against coming from his side, because he definitely has the easier opponent from this side. My opponent's infantry is much stronger, but he doesn't have cavalry, so that's useful. So I'm just going to go back to triple speeding. As you can see, the Macedonian player is actually doing a pretty nice job of mopping things up. And he's making an account for himself, even though he's more or less been defeated. So I'm going to try and come around onto the flank and get some pop shots at these sacred band. I don't know how much success I'll have. Even if I drop 3 or 4, it helps. It all helps. So coming in here for a nice cav charge on these skirmishes. Those skirmishes. That's the general there. And of course Biscuits is coming down now, and here I am coming around the flank looking for shots, but here comes his general's armoured bodyguard. But I'm just bringing one unit of cataphracts and a light cav here forward, just to make sure I can destroy that so I'm not impeded too much. And I've saved most of my archers, which is useful because they'll play a good role. And interestingly enough, my Eastern Infantry helped as well, which was useful. And I'll just quickly aim to destroy this armoured general's bodyguard, although apparently my light cav does rout. So he's going to slip away from that, but I'm not too worried. That light cav, they just added, so they're more of a distractionary use, Light cav are very handy to have in armies. They can be very effective, very efficient. It's not always profitable just to bring in heavy cavalry. Sometimes bringing light cav is very useful, and I quite often like to use them because it gives you quite a lot of diversity. It's very good to use against like any faction like Parthia or Scythia. Although with Scythia it can be challenging because the Hittington maidens will rip them to pits pretty quickly and they're as fast as them, so it's a bit of a nuisance. But light cavalry are very good for catching missile units and whatnot, so very useful to have them. Especially with the Armenia though, if you bring a bunch of cataphracts you're not going to be able to catch any missile units, so that's why I like to bring them sometimes. So Biscuits is coming down, and I'm sure he is preparing to get flank shots, although he probably won't need to, because his guys are upgrading a lot better as pikes anyway. But I'm coming forward now, and I'm using my horse archers here just to get some pop shots off at just about anything here. I was aiming for the sacred bands, but I'm probably hitting other things. Doesn't really matter too much though. So as you can see, although I got a lot more upgrades, my guys are weakened and they're much weaker spears, so I probably wouldn't be able to beat these sacred bands very easily. But my cataphracts should be able to make a difference. So this is where the Greek player breaks the formation, and he's going to try and face Biscuits off. There is a bit of a risk here that he can come around and knock out Biscuits' archers there, so I don't know how Biscuits handles that. And Biscuits going to have to move here because the Macedonians coming out as troops. At this point though, I'm going to push forward now. I'm sort of boxing or squishing in between us, if you will. But Biscuits does make the mistake of actually letting his cav get away from his archers, but fortunately his allies not really thinking about that. And to be honest, I think he was a bit miffed by the fact that these Macedonians were right near him, which I wouldn't blame either, because you can never be too sure with what the AI, or what he might do or what might happen. So anyway, a lot of his, I'm not sure where a lot of his missile fire is going at this stage, but it could be useful if he's shooting the backs. I think he is shooting the backs of these guys from me actually, which was really good. And here I see this Greek cavalry try to go after my horse archers, so I bring my cataphracts in and I'm going to end that before it can begin.
Please, like a frightened child. Now attack and break the will
So at this stage, yeah, Biscuits just routed that Macedonian unit, and I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest, because it could just be a nuisance to have it in there, because not because the Project Spartan was trying to be a nuisance, just the way the game would work with an enemy unit so close to you, it could just be a frustration for him. So over here, he must have put one of these Silver Shield pikemen out of formation, because they're actually getting routed by these Greek cav. Biscuits is going to squash him here now anyway, if he can catch him. At this stage, I'm moving forward. I'm going to move my cataphracts out here, but I'm going to keep my archers around my cataphracts and these Eastern infantry, just to keep them safe from any Roman cavalry, basically. So over here, he's very clumped up, and Biscuit's missiles shouldn't have too much trouble defeating them. And I'm just waiting for him to engage here, and I'm probably going to push forward and do it myself. So I'm going to continue around the flank so I can get flank shots, but I'm going to keep them with my cataphracts to protect them, and I'm also taking pop shots with my horse archers. So he's going to push forward now. Now I should be able to hold these Sacred Band at bay only because of upgrades, not because they're in any way as good as Sacred Band. And by this stage I should be able to do lots of damage with my archers here. And I'll start taking shots there, so he's going to take nasty casualties to them. But as it says, he's still winning anyway, but along this line it's pretty even, so even with the gold upgrades, that's how much better Sacred Band are than Heavy Spearmen. And the Greek player proves to be a bit of a nuisance though, because his pikes are still in the way, and I'm trying to find gaps to get through. Fortunately there's a nice big gap here, and oops, sorry about that guys, the cannon bounced. And these Biscuits killing the Macedonian general, and I'm just going to finish off what's left. And I'll even use my horse archers to actually use a hammer and anvil strike, although that is a bit of a risky move, but nonetheless I'm going to do it. I'm over here, a bit of a micro error for me, so I still make my micro errors at the moment, but I'll bring in my Eastern infantry to add support to the fight, and I'm going to use as many hammer and anvils, and I managed to rout most of this Sacred Band infantry pretty quickly, so yeah, I rout the core of them now. And there's still a few Greek hoplites around, but they're no risk. And I see some of these cav might be roaming around back here, so I bring my archers back around to be protected. And I didn't spot that Biscuits had a cav hanging around my flank like that. So a lot of Biscuits' men have actually been destroyed, which I was a bit surprised at, but maybe they were more weakened than I thought. Anyway, I'm going to quickly finish off these hoplites here. Although I don't know if I was in formation for some reason. Well, I'm sure I was. I mustn't have been. And here I'm going to finish off this Carthaginian general if I can. The general's bodyguard unit there. There's the general there. I'm going to quickly get out of that though because there's pikes there. Over here, I managed to stop these guys as Heavy Spearmen are better than standard hoplites, and I've got the upgrades going. And I'll just route this remaining Heavy hoplite here rather. So I'm feeling pretty confident at this point that I've got plenty of men left, and I've already got quite a lot of kills, and I can pick off anything else. But Biscuits is just trying to finish off whatever else is on the field. But some of his archer units are he lost quite a lot of his archer units. He did lose a lot of his Silver Shield pikemen, so I'm wondering if he made a mistake with some of his micro men. He wouldn't be the first guy to do it. I do it quite frequently. But I would have thought those Silver Shield pikemen had no trouble against those Greeks, so he must have had a bit of trouble with them. So I think at this stage that was a Carthaginian player admitting defeat there. And Biscuits will aim to just try and get as many kills as he can get here. But his cataphracts are pretty exhausted, so they haven't actually taken a long time to rout these heavy peltasts which are holding in, so that's quite something. But eventually they should rout them. And I'm just finishing off what's left of the Greek player, or anything else that's around me. I've still got plenty of units left, so I was feeling pretty confident that I had enough kills. Although I don't know if I can't remember. I think it was scored. Well, anyway, even if it's not scored, I've got plenty of units left that suggests I'll be the last man standing. So that's alright. So anything that's left here, I'm just going to try and pick up. As you can see, I don't even know if Biscuits realised this sort of stuff is happening when he's getting destroyed there. But he's got a few units left at this stage. And I might just triple speed, guys, because it's kind of boring. If you want to skip to the end, feel free to do so. It's nearly over. And as you can see, I still have quite a large number of my troops left, so If it's last man standing, I win, and if it's scored, I'm pretty sure I win as well, because I can't actually remember the result. So I see some of Biscuit's men here, and I'm just going to charge him with my own cataphracts, and his men are a lot more tired than mine. Mine aren't tired, but his are very tired. My pike's right there if I need to, but actually, I am getting beaten there. I don't know why I didn't get in there sooner. Interesting, I don't know why I did this. There's a bit of micro failure on my part, but eventually I think I do get in there. If he pulls out, so that was kind of strange. I don't know what I was doing there. I lost most of my cataphracts in that, not him losing his like I thought. Although what happened in this particular fight was it went desync. If I remember correctly, this fight went desync, and I don't recall having done this. It was desynchronized at this stage, and I don't recall this having happened. So he's going to go after my archers there. Yeah, it's strange because I don't recall this happening in the fight because it was all desync. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, see, this was strange. By this point in the fight, I'm pretty sure it ended. Because I think I was desynchronizing at this stage, so a lot of this on my screen didn't happen. And I'm starting to wonder if some of the stuff with Biscuits didn't happen either, actually. I forgot to tell you about that. It desynced, and I'm wondering if that's what's happened, because I wouldn't just ignore. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, guys. I completely forgot that happened. On my screen it ended and it said I'm pretty sure it said I won, but I'm not sure. By the looks of the way that was going, Biscuits might have actually pulled something off there, so sorry earlier, Biscuits, if I was suggesting that you played badly against the those hot rights, because I looked that way on my screen here, but I was desyncing in the fight. I forgot about that, so I don't know. It looked pretty good for me at this stage though, but anyway guys, sorry about that. I completely forgot that happened, and I can't bring you the scorecard, but thanks to, I forget all the players' names, but thanks for playing, guys. I did enjoy, and either me or Biscuits won that fight. I'm not sure which. I can't remember if it was last man. If it was last man, I'd say it'd be me. If it was scored, it could be either. So good game to all you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the watching, and I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot it did that. But anyway, it was still a good fight, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon next time.